Max was a strong, muscular pit bull with a deep bark and eyes that held the weight of the world. He had been adopted from a shelter at 2 years old, after spending most of his life behind cold metal bars. Many people had walked past his cage, afraid of his size, his breed, or the scars that hinted at a difficult past. But one rainy afternoon, a kind woman named Caroline stopped in front of his kennel and saw something else: loneliness. And maybe, just maybe, a heart waiting to love. Lulu, on the other hand, had never known a day of hardship. She was a tiny, pampered Pomeranian with a pink bow always neatly tied behind her ears. She had a luxury bed, custom-made clothes, and a personality that could charm anyone. Lulu belonged to Caroline's daughter, Emily, who treated her more like a baby than a pet. When Caroline brought Max home, everyone was nervous. "Mom, Lulu is going to be terrified," Emily whispered, clutching her little dog close. "I think we need to give Max a chance," Caroline said. "He's been through a lot. Maybe this home is the one place he can heal." At first, the house was tense. Max didn't bark. He didn't chase Lulu. He just sat in the corner quietly, unsure of his place. Lulu, meanwhile, barked from a distance, never getting too close, always watching. Her bed became her fortress, but Max never approached. He simply glanced her way occasionally, as if silently saying, "I won't hurt you. I promise." It was on the fourth day that something changed. Emily dropped a small plush toy, Lulu's favorite, while walking through the hallway. Max picked it up gently in his mouth. Everyone froze. Lulu's ears perked. She dashed across the floor toward him, barking. Max didn't flinch. He didn't growl. Instead, he placed the toy down carefully and backed away. Lulu sniffed it, then looked up at him. Max wagged his tail once. That was the first time Lulu didn't bark. Later that night, Lulu walked into the living room where Max was lying on the floor. She stood silently beside him, her tiny legs shaking slightly. Max opened one eye and scooted over, just a little. Lulu laid down next to him, not touching, just near. From that night on, things began to shift. Lulu started following Max around the house. When Max would go drink water, she'd sip right after. When he went outside, she'd prance after him with her tiny paws, barely making a sound. And Max, big and strong, always walked slowly when Lulu was around, as if afraid his heavy steps might scare her. They became inseparable. Max would lie in the sun, and Lulu would curl up on top of his back like he was a furry bed. If Lulu barked at a squirrel or a shadow, Max would step in front of her, guarding her like a soldier. And when Max had nightmares, he sometimes whimpered in his sleep. Lulu would lick his ear until he calmed down. Caroline often found them sleeping together, Lulu's tiny head resting against Max's huge paw.